Oh, there goes Patrick here, and today I'm going to tie another salmon fly. It's going to look something very similar to this. I've tied this on a number 2 hook. The specific fly has got the furnace backle tail. It's got a tag, orange tip. You've got the red body, gold crystal flash. I've got some olive polar fiber here, simply because I do not have large mallard hackle fibers to put on as a wing. Then up front here, yet again, that furnace cock hackle. But this is on a size 2. I'm going to tie it on a size number 8. The only difference is that on this variation of the fly, I'll be using olive mallard fibers for the wing and rump hackle for the throat. The thread I'm going to use is 80 uni olive. Just lay down a base thread here. Yet again, I'm going to take it to round about the barb of the hook. Alright guys, I have taken my thread beyond the barb of the hook, just onto the bit of the bend here. I'm going to put in my tag. I'm just going to put in a very small tag, and then I'll be using this 140 denier orange fly tying thread for a tip. Now I'm going to put in the tip. Okay, I've put in my tip. I'm now going to use this red wool yarn to make the body with. This is a 3-strand yarn. I'm only going to use 1 strand to make the body with. Alright guys, I've got a bit ahead of myself there. What I've done is I've taken the yarn back. I've got to put my tail in. The tail is going to be these furnace cock hackle, one of these fibers here. Take just a few fibers. Alright guys, I put in my tail, and now I'm going to just wind up my body. Okay, I've put in the wool yarn as the body. It's not the best body, but it's a fishing fly and it will work. But anyway, as you can see, it's not the smoothest body. Okay, I've put in my tinsel rib now. Yeah, I'm going to now take a ringneck pheasant rump hackle. I've got the feather prepared. Got my little triangle here. Going to put that in. I'm only going to use about 1.5 to 2 turns, considering this is a very small fly, and considering I've also got to put my wing on top of that. There, got my little triangle there. just one thing I want to mention here. I'm going to tie this. I can tie this with a very small head. I'm going to tie this fly as if I were tying the fly when I originally started tying flies in the mid-90s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself quite a bit of a head here, about 2 eyes length. If you can see there, the eye of the hook there, about 2 eyes length. So if you're starting off, you don't have to be ashamed to put on a big head like this. I could have actually made it a lot smaller, but I'm demonstrating this for the purpose of people that are just starting out to tie flies, or just starting out to tie salmon flies. Sometimes you can get a bit intimidated by the space. So all I'm saying is don't get intimidated by the space. Make yourself some space if you need some space. Okay. Just going to clip the stem off. You can see that the fibers come to about the point of the hook. There we go. They actually go a bit beyond the hook in this case, but I use the point of the hook as a marker where my thread goes on these small little patterns. Right. Now, normally where I've stopped there is normally enough space for me to put on a head, but as I said, I'm tying this fly as if I was tying it in the mid-1990s when I started flying ties. So as you can see, I've given myself quite a bit of room here. There we go. Quite a substantial head. Yeah. Now I'm just going to flatten out and fold the throat like that so I can get some wing space. For the feather that I've used before, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to align these like that. Just check my length. There we go. It's actually even more than enough than what I need. Just the correct length. I'm not going to tie it in I'm not going to take another piece and put it in here as a married wing. I'm going to take these fibers off of here and I'm going to put them in as loose fibers. What I discovered was when I started using these flies is that, especially with yellowfish, your beautifully married wings that you put in were properly mashed up by the time you caught your second fish. So yeah, I normally tie for working fishing flies. I don't normally tie pieces of art. So just do that. As you can see, my wing is pretty sparse. I'm not going overboard. I have in some cases put in like twice the amount of wing material that I've got here, but this is enough for the purpose of this fly. Alright. Clean up the front here. There we go. It's all there where I want it. Right. Okay. Just gonna go clean a bit of this up here. Let's build up a head here. Alright. There we go. Just going to whip finish and put on some head cement. Alright, there we go, guys. That's the pattern there with the gold crystal tag, the orange tip, the red body with the furnace hackle fibers there. You can use, I normally use medium done fiber hackles for the tail. I don't have it in my arsenal of fly tying material right now. I used a ringneck pheasant rump hackle here for the throat. I've also used partridge hackle for the throat, and in this case I've used very sparse olive mallard hackle fibers for the wing. I've also used polar fiber as well as calf tail for the wing. So up to you what you want to do with it. And then you can see, if I really wanted to, I could have halved the length of this head, but yeah, I tied this fly today as if I was tying it when I started tying flies. So not the neatest fly, but it can work. Certainly works for, I used to catch a lot of trout with this in Thrift Dam when I used to go there about 14 years ago. Thrift Dam in the Eastern Cape, South Africa. Also had success with it there in Somerset East on Mountain Dam. But anyway, guys, this pattern has caught me a few fish here on the Orange River in Presco. Yeah, so yeah, there we go. Not sure what the name of the fly would be. My guess is I have also used silver tag and rib before today, just let you know. I think it's fair to say that the original fly must probably had a silver tag, a yellow tip, and then a golden crescent feather as a tail. Yeah, as I said, I normally use medium done as a tail in this case, but I haven't gotten stock. So yeah, I got this concept from a Canadian, I think it was a Canadian fly fishing magazine or book. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, definitely a very successful fly for me. And all right, guys, until the next one.